In the house, Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas built and T. Boone Pickens financed. Welcome to Stillwater, Oklahoma, home of the Cowboys, where the paddle people are ready to open up a can. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Cowboys will kick it away first. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle.
You know, a lot of offensive coordinators script the first, 5 to 10 to 15 plays. You don't usually draw that up for inside your own 10. Bad field position to start. This offense needs to come out, get a few positive plays first to get out the shadow of your own end zone.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Fires to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Reels it in down the left side. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Offense set on first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. Oklahoma State got a rare but most satisfying close victory the last time they saw the Sooners.
And it was such a big game for the Pokes, and you got to feel great if you're their coaching staff watching how their team responded late in the game when it was on the line. They were able to make those plays. David, they know they're expecting another dogfight today.
Yeah, it's big for their confidence. When you get a win, listen, Oklahoma has dominated this series, but when you get a win, you've got that confidence. You can show the team, we can do this. So they're looking to build on 1 and get 2 in a row.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Trying to get to him. With the catch, it's Freeman. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Cowboys have their offense in high gear. Comes out throwing on first down. Fires to the big fella.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They want to just keep throwing it. He makes the connection. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Cowboys have it with a 1st and 10. Now on the option. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got to strike somewhere, you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Into the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
I tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock him up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting it 4th.
It is perfect. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. And he steps out of bounds at the 2-yard line. What a terrible decision on that one. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding there.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the 1st down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the 1st down.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
To the air, it's Arnold. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Oklahoma has dominated this rivalry, guys, so much so that it almost seems like just a relief to the Sooners when they win.
Up to this point, Reese, no doubt, Oklahoma, they have owned this series against their in-state rival. But, David, you know, in rivalry games, you got to throw the records out the window because of the emotion that's played on game day.
So much emotion, so much hatred. You throw it out because, listen, you got nothing to lose. Everybody expects Oklahoma to win this game every year. So if I'm the Cowboys, I can take chances.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. Lets it fly. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. The Sooners in the hurry up. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. He'll take another shot here. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. This rivalry dates back to 1904, and the story goes, guys, that the ball got loose once, rolled down a hill, went into a creek, and both teams went in there and fought for it.
And isn't that just what rivalry should be about? We'll fight you. We'll meet you anywhere, in a creek, wherever. We know, Jesse, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, they don't like each other.
Put your face in the fan, put your face in the creek, and get that football. I love that. And this really is a story.
Looking for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Sooners.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make it.
He's moving out of the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man, it's Fields. And he's wrestled to the ground. They're not just using the running back as check down Charlie in the passing game. They're getting him downfield.
Right, and take my matchups I like. If you're going to play man-to-man, who are you going to put on the running back? You want to put a linebacker on him? I like my chances, even with safeties. Those guys, you know, listen, they aren't as great as corners in covering, so I like finding matchups and exploiting them.
Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. And now on second down for this offense. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Unloads to the wideout. And that one's going to be batted away, incomplete, and we have played one. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking for a man. It's Flores. Zings it complete to the right. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision.
Now, fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Ball in the air, intercepted. Trying to take it back. He's at the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Stanford is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jim Plunkett, this might not be over just yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Purdue. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wide out in motion. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
They go right back to him. Brought to the ground, but not before getting it up for the first down. And the Cowboys want to pick up the tempo. Quarterback will audible. Wants to throw. It's Flores. Feeling some heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
He's looking for a man on second down. The throw. Quickly to the tight end. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards away.
I've been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
To the air on first down. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole, and he could not get loose on the run.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job from the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? He'll try to pick it up on the ground. Gets away from one, finds some space. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red, inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. the Oklahoma offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because they're...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I think everybody will look at that play, and you'll probably go, why the heck would you run the football? Well, you run it because it's second forever. Well, now it's just third and ever. At least you limited it to now where it's a situation where you can go get that third down, and it's not so unmanageable that you have to chunk the ball down the field.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Dropping back, it's Arnold. Going for it all. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown Sooners.
Number 14 with the catch and score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They cap that one off in style, a 74-yarder for the score. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
Right, and I like you got the first down of the drive, so maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum.
Open runway ahead. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
He'll fire to his right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one side to where you're rolling out to. The field kind of shrinks and it kind of becomes a little bit of backyard ball. And you can tell he forced that one in there. Didn't get the interception, thank goodness, but it wasn't a great decision.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. They keep attacking through the air. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
They'll run the option. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Scanning the field, it's Arnold. Working the middle. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. A designed run for the quarterback. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Finds his big tight end. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Powers forward. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
35.
The Sooners will kick it away to start the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speaking, very simple. I score, I get a stop. I score, I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Looking downfield, it's Flores. Dumps it to the back. It's complete on the right side. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Trying to find his man on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The Cowboys want to crank the tempo.
Well, it's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last two plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And I love the play call. Get it to the running back, chew up some yards so you make third down more manageable. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, Jesse. Now as a quarterback, I can be successful.
Yeah, and I think the play worked in part because the defense was expecting pass and that down and distance. So it begs the question now on 3rd and long again, might the offense go back to handing it off to their explosive playmaker at the running back position?
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch past the sticks. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. And the Cowboys are moving quickly down the field. They'll run the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
42, Spider. Slide 22. Slide 22.
Looking downfield, it's Flores getting some heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Makes a grab enough for the first. The ball squirts free. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Man, you had the first down. You had it in your grasp. All you got to do is take care of the football, secure the football.
Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. Today, we have a top 25 matchup on hand with two of college football's premier teams preparing to slug it out. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Coming out with it, it's Golden. That gamble did not take...
At the 12.
They bring him down at the 12-yard line. Looking for a productive play on first down. Makes the quick grab. Fakes his man out. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
They'll line up for a second down play. They move the tight end all over. Looking for space. It's Baxter. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team, and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
Motion from the offense. From the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Dropping back, it's Ewers. Throwing right. He's got it. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Looking left. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force. At least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. Caught over the middle. It's Golden. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
In the red area, it's Baxter. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter.
Throws toward the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Twelfth play of the opening drive coming up, but now this marathon faces a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Ewers. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll try to get it in with the run. Jumped on top of the pile. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
And he puts through the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down here for the offense. He'll start this drive firing. Throws to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. The offense lining up for a first down play. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Makes the grab. It's Hale. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Back to throw, it's Milroe. They're trying to get to him. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Using the quick game. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Makes the catch, he's got enough. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Alabama quickly back to the line. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the 1st down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving. He'll try to do it himself. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that 1st down.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there. Understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that 1st down.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Quarterback keeper. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Alabama trying to convert this 4th down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they made it to the house, but they found that 6 points waiting on them. Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Wide receiver shows motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where We expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
Unloads to the right. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking for a man. It's Ewers. Right down the middle. And it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. The tag! He'll go out of bounds at the 4-yard line, and he almost had a pick six.
Not all DBs make the play in the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Well, this drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget. Fires into traffic, and it's picked off.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Excellent field position here for the offense. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Trying to make magic with his feet.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Alabama pushing the tempo. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Quickly complete. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for once.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Got it behind the line. It's Young. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a two-point play here, right? You've got to play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
A field goal here would make it a 2-possession game, but they elect to leave the offense on the field on 4th down. Wide out in motion. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bama! He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So they move the ball 37 yards on the drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Going downfield for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. The Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the second half.
Texas.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. He fires a bullet to the right. And he's got it inside the 25. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown time. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. They're lining up to boot it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Texas offense back on the trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, he lets one fly deep. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line. The Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. Going up top on first down. Throws for the tight end. Complete downfield. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Ewers. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
How about that from the offense? Second and goal. Everything says you might run the football. They try to throw it, and man, was that unsuccessful. Sitting back in the pocket, just throw the football away. Don't take the sack. Don't go backwards, especially inside the 3-yard line. Set up in such a...
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And the extra point is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Texas.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Tide offense rolls onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Milroe. He looks that one in nicely. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Dances away. That's the kind of protection you dream about as he fires left.
Man, that is going to haunt this quarterback. He had his receiver running a deep route. He was open, and the QB overthrew him. Man, that sucks.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Texas offense. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got the score. You got the...
Fires one high and deep. And that one would have been picked off if he could have stayed in bounds, and the quarterback will live to tell about it.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
I think the quarterback's got to do a better job with his eyes, guys. He's already been picked off twice in this game, and that one got swatted away. He's telegraphing where he's throwing the football, and it's making life really hard on him.
Back to throw, it's Ewers. Going for the big play. Grabs it at the 25 and He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes that Alabama offense. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms, in all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You've got to get it back.
Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Dropping back, it's Milroe. He's going to run it. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. We like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. But moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on 2nd. After the run, now to throw. They're bringing heat. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. That's caught. It's Hamilton. At midfield, he's got room. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. Alabama quickly back to the line.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're playmakers.
Yeah, and it's what they used to ask them to do. Like they were very comfortable handing the ball.
And the ball's on the ground. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job of getting outside the pocket. The defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
To the air, it's Ewers. Throws to the tight end. Got his man. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
That's the end of the third quarter of play.
fresh set of downs for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. He lets it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot. Unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
He's looking for an open man on second down. This one's complete. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back can get some positive yards.
To throw, it's Ewers. He's looking deep. And it's picked off for the third time today. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
Hey, look, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said,
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Fair catch, called for and made. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this. But
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. To the air, it's Ewers. Looking down the middle. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And good job by the defense. The defense clearly knew where they were going with the football. Double coverage out wide, making sure they don't give up a touchdown to that guy. Nice job by the defense.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He makes a catch.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Yeah, and you needed points. You wanted points badly, but listen, the offense, you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to get in their 4-minute offense. Now, I got to start preserving that clock, using my timeouts, try to get a stop, and get this ball back to my offense.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. He slings it deep to the left. And he makes the catch inside the 25. That's the way you get things going. A huge play, and now attacking from just inside the red zone. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Caught in the backfield, it's Law. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Caught behind the line. It's Young. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Coming after it. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
That is just what you want defensively, right? Bend, don't break. They drove down the field a little bit. They got second and goal. Boom. Create that negative play. Now they got third and goal. Now they got to make some decisions. Do they want to be conservative? Do they want to be aggressive? Either way, an advantageous situation now for this defense.
The option look. He'll toss it. And they're able to get him down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. To the air, it's Milroe. Lets it go to the end zone. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away.
Texas.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Guys, you want want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitz, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Back to pass, it's Milroe. Firing to the right, complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Turns it on in midfield. He's loose. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting him to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. You already have the lead. Scoring is always good, but milk the clock and it will be your friend. They'll throw it on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Miller. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. You want to talk about building a drive around a guy. First on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it. This is the guy that really stretches the field and makes you decide how you want to defend him. A linebacker, a safety, whatever it is, it's usually not good enough when he's receiving the ball in the backfield.
Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Deflected near the end zone.
After that incompletion on third and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on fourth down and pad the lead, but if you kick a field goal, you make it a 2-possession game here in the second half, and I think that's the right decision.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to pass, it's Ewers. He's taking a deep shot. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air, but a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. He wants a big play here late. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple of shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, you look at the clock. They've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Trying to get to it. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. And that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses that evolve so much, they can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses. In this game, it was no different.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.